If you have this object in your bedroom, it could be stealing your health, your energy, and even shortening your life expectancy. And the worst part is that most people have it right there, beside the bed, with no idea of the silent damage it causes. For years I woke up tired, with a foggy mind, strange aches, and a constant feeling that something wasn't right. I thought it was age, stress, or diet. But no, it was something much simpler. And it was right next to my pillow, every night, for years. What I discovered made me radically change how my bedroom is set up. And when I made those changes, something incredible happened. I slept better, woke up lighter, had more mental clarity, and my body started responding like it hadn't in a long time. That's why today I want to share something very important with you. 5 seemingly harmless objects many of us have in our bedroom that may be sabotaging your rest, your mind, and your health. And most importantly, I'm going to reveal which of them is the most dangerous. The one you should throw out tonight if you want to protect your remaining years of life. Believe me, what looks like a simple object of decor or convenience can be aging your body from the inside, night after night. So stay till the end. You won't just be surprised, you'll thank yourself for learning this in time. And before we begin, tell me in the comments, how old are you, and from which city or country are you watching me? I love reading them. Let's go with the first one. The mirror facing the bed, unconscious stress and fragmented sleep. It may seem purely decorative, stylish, or even functional, but having a mirror facing the bed is one of the worst decisions you can make for your rest. Even if you don't notice it consciously, your mind does. At night, even with low light, reflections in the mirror can fool your brain. Any movement, shadow, or glimmer that appears reflected is interpreted as a potential threat. Your subconscious goes into watch mode. It's an instinctive, primitive response designed to protect us from dangers in the dark. The problem is that when that happens, you don't rest. Your brain stays on constant alert, even when you think you're sleeping deeply. And over time, that takes a toll. Your sleep becomes shallow. You wake up more often without realizing it. Your body doesn't enter the deep stages of rest properly, which are essential for repairing tissues, balancing hormones, strengthening the immune system, and clearing toxins from the brain. Think about this. If someone were watching you while you sleep, could you relax? A mirror facing the bed produces that same unconscious effect, the sensation of being watched. Mary, a woman of 76 years, told me she always had insomnia. She would wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and struggle to fall back asleep. She tried herbal teas, natural pills, meditation. Nothing worked. Until one day, on her granddaughter's recommendation, she removed the full-length mirror she had facing the bed. That night, she slept 8 hours straight for the first time in months. Coincidence? Maybe. But she wasn't the only one. Charles, a man of 81, wrote to me recently describing something similar. His bedroom had 2 mirrors, one over the wardrobe and another beside the bed. Since he started covering them with a dark cloth at night, he began to feel more rested and less jittery upon waking. Mirrors can also affect those who wake up after seeing something move. Sometimes what we think is a shadow or a figure is nothing more than our own reflection. But in that split second of confusion, the nervous system activates. Goodbye, rest. On top of that, experts in neuroscience and sleep agree on something. The last thing the brain needs during rest is unnecessary visual stimulus. A mirror reflects everything: light, movement, shapes, and that interferes. So if you have a mirror facing your bed, I suggest you remove it or cover it at night. Try it for 1 week. Watch how your rest changes. Sleeping is far more than closing your eyes. It's the time when the body heals, repairs, and prepares for a new day. Don't let something as simple as a mirror steal years of your life without you knowing it. The television on or in standby, electromagnetic pollution and melatonin. Many people like to fall asleep with the television on, maybe because it keeps them company, provides background noise, or they feel that it helps them relax. But what seems harmless is actually one of the most silent ways to disrupt deep sleep, affect your hormonal health, and speed up cellular aging. The television, even when off in standby mode, emits a constant flicker of light. That tiny red light that seems harmless actually signals your brain that there's still activity nearby. And if it's on, even worse. First, because of the blue light, the same one emitted by cell phones and computers. This light tells the brain it's daytime, inhibiting the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for inducing deep sleep and regulating your biological rhythm. Second, because of the electromagnetic waves generated by its operation. Although they aren't as intense as those from a microwave, they are still constant emissions that particularly affect older or sensitive people. And being near the place where we rest, that impact multiplies over time. Remember that at night, the body goes into repair mode. Melatonin doesn't just make you sleep. It's also a natural antioxidant, protects neurons, balances the immune system, and helps reduce internal inflammation. When this hormone isn't released properly, you wake up more tired, with less energy, and over the years, you could face memory problems, hormonal imbalances, and even a higher likelihood of developing chronic illnesses. John, a man of 74 years, wrote to me a few months ago. He slept every night with the television on, lowering the volume until he could barely hear it. He said it calmed him, that it helped him not think so much. But he also confessed he'd been waking up 2 or 3 times a night for years. He got up tired, with a headache and dry mouth. He blamed it on age, until he saw a video about how the television could affect melatonin production. He tried something simple. He stopped sleeping with the TV on. After 3 days, he noticed an improvement. After 1 week, he slept through the night. And after 1 month, he woke up with more energy, a better mood, and without that sense of mental heaviness that had accompanied him for years. Here's another detail few consider. Many people set the TV to turn off automatically, but the body takes longer to enter deep sleep if it was first exposed to bright lights and shifting sounds. That on-ramp to rest is broken. Sleeping isn't just closing your eyes, it's entering a state of physical and mental restoration. And for that, the environment should support you, not interrupt you. So if you have a TV in your bedroom, especially if you use it before bed, consider running an experiment. Unplug it completely for 1 week. Notice how your energy, your rest, and your mental clarity change. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, not a disguised entertainment room. Every night your body fails to rest as it should is a night you lose in health, in years of life, and in well-being. Electrical cords and multi-plugs near your head, electromagnetic fields. We live surrounded by technology, and while it has made life easier in many ways, it has also brought new ways to disrupt our rest, our health, and our vital energy. One of the most silent and least understood is constant exposure to the electromagnetic fields emitted by electrical devices. And yes, even when they're off. Many bedrooms are full of power strips, chargers, multi-plugs, digital clocks, radios, lamps, and extensions, especially near the headboard. All of that emits an invisible field the body detects. And the worst part is that it does so precisely when we're most vulnerable, during sleep. You might be wondering, is it really that serious? The answer is that it's not about a single device. It's about accumulation, continuous exposure, every night, for years. Our nervous system runs on electrical impulses, and when there are many artificial fields nearby, that delicate system can be disrupted. The result? Nervousness, anxiety with no clear cause, trouble falling asleep, sudden awakenings, morning headaches, or a sense of being exhausted for no reason. Isabel, a woman of 80 years, told me she started sleeping poorly after rearranging her bedroom. She put a new lamp with a USB port on the nightstand, a power strip with several chargers, and an electric aroma diffuser that ran all night. She thought all of that would help her relax, but she began to have insomnia, palpitations, and a kind of nighttime restlessness she couldn't explain. One night, her 12-year-old granddaughter said something that changed everything. "Grandma, why don't you turn all that off when you go to sleep?" And she did. She unplugged the power strip, She turned off the Wi-Fi. She removed the chargers. She even unplugged the lamp. That night she slept better, and by repeating it for 1 week, her symptoms began to disappear. There are studies showing that during deep sleep, the body enters a regeneration process. Tissues are repaired, defenses are strengthened, and the brain is cleared of toxins. But that process can be interrupted when the nervous system is receiving constant electrical stimuli, even if imperceptible. Especially in older people whose bodies are already more sensitive, the effects accumulate over time. You might not notice anything the first few days, but after months or years, the impact can translate into chronic insomnia, persistent fatigue, or problems with concentration and memory. And most importantly, you don't need to live without technology. You just need to keep it away from where you sleep. Simple recommendation: unplug everything that isn't indispensable near your bed. Don't charge your phone beside your head. Turn off the Wi-Fi router at night if you can. Use battery-powered lamps instead of plug-ins. Make your bedroom a clean space, free of invisible electrical noise. Sleeping should be a sacred act. Don't let cords and gadgets steal what matters most: your energy, your clarity, and your years of life. Piled up clothes, objects under the bed, stagnant energy, mental clutter. There's something many people ignore when talking about health, rest, and well-being: the direct relationship between the physical environment and the mental state. Your bedroom isn't just the place where you sleep. It's where your mind lets its guard down, where your body regenerates, and where your nervous system seeks to regain balance. But when that space is saturated, cluttered, or packed with accumulated things, the brain perceives it as a threatening environment, not a restful one. Clothes on chairs, forgotten bags, overflowing drawers, unopened boxes, and the most common of all, objects beneath the bed. Shoes, books, old mementos, out-of-season clothes, or even suitcases. All that seems harmless because it's out of sight. But it isn't out of your mind. Accumulation, visible or invisible, creates a constant mental load. Every object in the bedroom is like a little pending conversation, a silent message telling your brain, here's something you should tidy, clean, or decide about. And even if you don't think it consciously, your nervous system registers it. Especially at night, when the parasympathetic system, charged with relaxing the body and promoting rest, should kick in, that saturated environment keeps the sympathetic system, alert, defense, and vigilance, switched on. The result? Lighter sleep, constant interruptions, difficulty entering deep stages, and even agitated dreams. Anna, 77 years old, told me she was sleeping worse and worse. She woke up tired, unmotivated, with a feeling of never having switched off. She tried changing the pillow, drinking herbal teas, even doing stretches before bed. Nothing changed. Until one day, she decided to do a deep clean of her bedroom. She took out all the boxes she had been storing under the bed for years. She sorted through the piled-up clothes on a chair she never used. She emptied the drawers and left only the essentials. The result surprised her. Within a few days, she began to sleep more deeply. And more than that, she felt she could breathe better, think more clearly, and get up more calmly. The physical affects the emotional, and the emotional affects health. Clutter isn't just aesthetic, it's energetic and biological. When a space is overloaded, nothing in it flows. And the same happens with the energy of the body and mind. So I invite you to look at your bedroom tonight. Are there things under the bed? Is there unused clothing hanging or piled up? Are there items you don't need but keep just in case? All of that is speaking to you. And if you don't address it, your body will keep responding with restlessness, anxiety, and fatigue. Sleeping well isn't just closing your eyes. It's creating the right environment so your mind and body can let go. Start by cleaning the place where you rest, and watch how, little by little, your inner world also falls into place. The truly dangerous object, the old or unsuitable mattress. Of all the objects we've mentioned so far, one surpasses the rest. One that directly affects your body, your mind, and your years of life. And it's the one closest to you all night long, the mattress. We sleep for 1/3 of our life. That means if you live to 90 years, you'll have spent more than 30 years lying down. Now think about this. What condition is the place in where you spend so much time every night? An old, sagging, dirty, or ill-suited mattress isn't just uncomfortable. It's a direct source of physical pain, chronic fatigue, poor circulation, silent inflammation, and overall deterioration of health. Let's see why. When the mattress no longer supports your body properly, the spine goes out of alignment. That creates pressure on the vertebrae, the discs, and the back muscles. Even if you don't feel it right away, the damage builds night after night. You wake up stiff, achy, or with lower back pain, thinking it's because of age, when it's actually the mattress. Also, mattresses with more than 8 or 10 years begin to harbor dust mites, bacteria, dust, sweat, and mold. Millions of invisible microorganisms that affect the air you breathe while you sleep and can trigger allergies, breathing problems, or chronic inflammation. Inside, an old mattress becomes a perfect terrain for what doctors call accumulated nighttime stress. That means instead of resting, your body spends the night tensing muscles to compensate for sags or uneven surfaces. The result? Insomnia, interrupted dreams, frequent awakenings, morning fatigue, and daytime brain fog. Ferdinand, a man of 85 years, wrote to me recently. He told me he'd been sleeping on the same mattress for more than a decade. He was convinced that back pain, tiredness, and lack of energy were simply part of getting older. But one day his grandson, sitting on his bed, said something that made him think, "Grandpa, this mattress sags more than a hammock." He decided to change it. He didn't buy the most expensive one, just a firm, ergonomic new one. And after 1 week, he wrote to me again. "I've slept 6 nights in a row without waking up. I get up without that constant pain. I didn't know you could feel like this at my age." What improved his quality of life wasn't a medicine, it was a mattress. Now then, how do you know if yours is affecting your health? Watch for these signs. If you wake up with pain in your back, hips, or neck. If you toss and turn a lot at night to find a comfortable position. If you notice visible sags or deformed areas in the mattress. If you've had it for more than 8 years and have never replaced it. If you feel more tired upon waking than when you went to bed. Any of these symptoms is an alarm. Don't think changing your mattress is a luxury. It's a direct investment in your longevity and well-being. Remember this. This is the object that silently affects the most lives. If your mattress is more than 8 or 10 years old, throw it out tonight. Do it for your body, for your rest, for your life. Now you know. 5 objects that, although common, may be sabotaging your health every night without you realizing it. First, the mirror facing the bed. That silent reflection that tricks your mind and forces it to stay on alert when you should be resting. Then, the television on, or even in standby, a source of light and noise that interferes with your sleep hormone, breaking the natural cycle of deep rest. Next, the cords and plugs near your head. Those little emitters of invisible energy that keep your nervous system tense, night after night. Also, the piled-up clothes and the objects under the bed. Elements that fill the bedroom with stagnant energy, mental clutter, and a sense of emotional chaos. And finally, the most dangerous of all, the old mattress. That place where you spend 1/3 of your life, and which, if it's deteriorated, can rob you of more health than you imagine. Sleep isn't just a pause. It's when your body regenerates, your mind rebalances, and your immune system strengthens. It's the secret workshop where the day's damage gets repaired. And if you don't take care of that space, you're letting every night steal years from your life. Sometimes you don't need more medicine. You just need to clean the place where you spend 1/3 of your life. Do it for yourself. Do it for your future years. Do it for your peace of mind. And now, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which of these objects you have in your bedroom right now. Did any of them surprise you? And remember to share this video with someone who's been sleeping poorly lately. It can help more than you think. See you in the next video. Sleep well tonight, as you deserve.